So I do have some things I want to do, right? So let's jump over to Excalidraw for a second, okay? Let's go over here. Don't worry about any of that crap, okay? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. All right, so we have this thing. So I have this idea called the DB Challenge, okay? And what the DB Challenge is this, is that for those that don't know, I do have one corporate sponsor. Well, actually, I technically have two corporate sponsors, right? I have Kinesis Advantage 360, but everybody knows that one, right? And so I'm also sponsored by a little company called Terso, which they do edge databasing. You heard it correctly here. Now, they said that they were fast. And I said, are ya? And they said, here's some graphs. And I said, are ya? Right? And so I'm not sponsored by Vercel. And so what I really want to do is I want to do the following. I want to make a program that involves planet scale, right? I want to take planet scale. I want to take Neon. And I want to take Terso. I do not like how this has ended. Yeah, that feels way better. I want to take these three, and I want to put them on a service. It doesn't really matter. To me, the service probably matters maybe a little bit less, right? Like, this could be, like, the real talk. I'm going to be completely real with you.
I love you.
To me, the service maybe matters less. So whether it's Cloudflare or a Vercel, right? Like, I don't necessarily, I don't really necessarily care. You know what I mean? What about the Sagandis DB? Yeah, you could Sagandis be, but you can't. Let's see. And so this is really important. I'm not going to do a small Postgres VM on a $5 one as well, just because, I guess I technically could, but I'm going to also be able to use replication. I'm going to pay for their plans, right? And I'm going to kind of max them out. And the thing is that if I do my own Postgres setup, I'm not going to be doing replication, right? I don't want to spend that much time trying to read the docs, build something, Kubernetes, horizontally scale. Yeah, exactly. So the distance from the DB will impact it. So that's kind of part of the idea, right? Is that there's a couple different, this is kind of like the general idea that I have. Because I want to see I want to see where does the sponsor that I have, where does it break down? And I do mean that. Where does it break down? Because here's the deal. If I can't intelligently talk about exactly what the pros and cons of it all, then to me, I feel like I failed. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I have some general ideas. Like, I know that SQLite is not as good on writes as it is on reads. I know that SQLite isn't as expressive of a syntax as, say, Postgre, right? So I get that. But SQLite is also significantly cheaper to run. Thus, you get significantly cheaper hosting. You get it pretty scalable. You get a lot of free stuff that you wouldn't if you had more expensive hosting. So there is a lot. Postgre, Squeal, yeah. I do have a sponsor too, so I've been pretty upfront about all that. Hosty's nuts. What is? Let's see. What is the drawing? Let's see. The drawing program is Excalidraw, right? It's very cheap. I want to hear about my squeal. I want to hear my squeal. I don't. And so I feel like these are three good places to do, right? These seem to be the big three ones that I've seen on the serverless kind of side of things, the edge side of things, right? And so I'd like to kind of think about this. Can we agree that why not GoDaddy? Every time I see an image of GoDaddy, you know what I assume? I assume nothing from AWS. Vercel is on AWS. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're on AWS. Every time I think of GoDaddy, I think of a guy in a peach polo with a little bit of hair kind of coming out right here. You know what I mean? A little bit of hair and a little gold chain, maybe a silver chain, maybe like a two golds. You know what I mean? That's what I think about when I hear. Vercel DB is from Neon. Yes, Vercel DB is from Neon. That's what I think about. You know what I mean? Oof, that bad, huh? Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. That's just what I think about. Like when I think about it, that's what I think about. You know what I mean? Thank you everybody for sticking around for this portion of the stream. So anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I kind of want to hear everyone's ideas on this. What's your perspective on Mongo? It's kind of a piece. I don't know. What would you like me to say about Mongo? Real talk, what do you want me to say about Mongo that can be said in a kind way, right? Mongo's this database that seems really simple, and when you use it, it becomes a pain in the ass. And Mongo also can't scale, right? Mongo can't scale. I know people like to think Mongo can scale. I get it. People think Mongo can scale. I get it. I hear it all the time. But it can't scale. Sorry. It can't scale. Okay, we have a database internally collecting some of these metrics on a project I've been working on. And we have...
Welcome to Costco.
Lots
I love you.
Of people working on trying to make Mongo scale right now. And we can get it to scale to like 1 billion events a day. But that's not Netflix scale, right? It just, like, at that point, it's, like, completely fell apart at 1 billion. We're trying to get it up. We need like, to be able to handle, like, 100 billion. And so we're just, like, there's just no way that we're going to be able to do it with Mongo. You know, we tried. And so we're going to use something different. Weird flex, but okay. You'll get it up there. I believe in you. Nope. We're just gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go somewhere else. Yeah, you got to remember that Netflix operates on a different scale. For Twitch, for the Twitch overloads, tell me about DDB. What is DDB? ClickHouse, Couch, Sila. Sila's a pretty popular one. Sila's a real popular one these days. He works for Netflix. A pick. I kid you not. I work for Netflix. I just lost it. Where's Grizzly? I just want to talk to Grizzly. Grizzly's a cool guy. All of you. Where's Grizzly? So what did you use for DB? We're working on something different. Dynamo DB. Yeah, we're not using Dynamo. Dynamo, more like throat in the trashamo. Let's see, how many DBs even scale to 100 billion? Few. There's a lot of things we do. Okay, so anyway, so here's the general idea. So here's kind of like the thing that we kind of got to think about, which is, that hurts my feelings. I'm sorry, Grizzly. I'm sorry. We got to think about reading, right? We need a test for reading, right? But it can't just be a test for reading. We need a reading test that has a database that has a replica and the database all in like one region, right? That actually has like the writing side, and it has like no replica effectively, just like a no replica database, all same region, right? And we're gonna put this under same region, right? Reading test. We're gonna call this one Reading Rainbow, right? And so we just need to do some basic reading. Okay, Alchemist. Alchemist, we're working. Duck you. Well, I'm ducking. I'm ducking, okay? Same region, right? Same region. That's kind of like test number 1. Thank you, Alchemist. I appreciate that. That actually really scared me. So we need to kind of come up with a nice little program right here. Where can I submit videos? Oh, the PrimeGen React right here. It even scared me. It scared me. Simulate requests from different locations. Well, that's what I want to do, is that I can use something like Linode. I can use something like Linode and set up something really close by, right? And so that's kind of the general idea, is that I'll use Linode as my region because it's connected to the backbone. It's very, very fast. And I don't want to simulate other regions. I just want to be in other regions. You know what I mean? So I can throw Linode nearby, right? Linode. And so I always have this problem with like testing on my computer. I'm going through a VPN, right? Like I don't want to do any of those things, right? The Linbone is connected to the backbone, huh? There are always ways to grow things to know in this reading rainbow. Wait, what? All right, so we got that. Is Excalibur hard to work on? No, I don't think so. With the split keyboard, no. How are you going to, let's see, how will you measure requests per second? I will send requests and take the time. I'm going to create a client, and the client, hear me out, is going to make a request. Timestamp, requests, response, timestamp, boom. And that little thing right there, guess what? That one right there, that's called the differential, my friend. Little dx dy with respect to t. You know what I mean? Little dx dt. Okay? dt's nuts on your face. Then after doing that, I'm going to take the median. But here's the deal. I'm going to do groups, like 12,000 requests at a time.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
And with those little requests, I'm going to take medians of each one of those groups, and then I'm going to average the medians across the groups. So what I have is a more accurate version of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, statistics. Hell yeah, dog. I know, average of the medians. It's like it's pretty advanced. It's pretty advanced, I know. Sound strategy. Thank you. Never programmed before, but watched all your videos because you sound smart. You've been bamboozled, my friend. My friend, I honestly would probably fit in with a bunch of rednecks more than I would fit in with anything else, to tell you the truth. There's part of me that's just like, hey, man, you know that old toilet we got? What do you say we put it in the yard and we blow it up with some tannerite? Like, that's me, okay? That's truly me. Okay? That's me. I just want to blow up some stuff with tannerite, okay? You got a present mouth. Wait, what? Mr. Toilet. Okay, fancy. Tannerite's fun. I know tannerite is fun. For those that have no idea what tannerite is, you can tell that we don't do the same thing. We're not the same. You know that Gus one? We're not the same except for I'm like white trash. Okay, test 2. This is let's see, different region. Let's see, so I don't know why I put an extra diff region, right? So I kind of want to have, like, you have to kind of go far away, right? I want to see how this feels, right? What does it do? Because then we can have we might be able to have some sort of accurate understanding of things. I like this idea. I like to be able to read with replica, right? So this is kind of like my test that I'm building in my head, right?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Test 3 would be read from replica, right? Does that sound fair? Can we read from replica? Seems pretty good. I think this would be pretty nice to have. Your opinion on OrientDB. I don't have an opinion on Orient. Okay, guys, just because there's like 9,000 DBs and I said I'm going to do some edge-looking DBs, it doesn't mean I know all the DBs. I just don't know all the DBs. You know what I mean? And I kind of want to understand this, right? So we want to be in different regions, right? He said 3 out of 3 ads. It's not 4. Yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about. What's your opinion on PHPDB? Oh, PHPDB, everyone's favorite. Now, we effectively have the exact same thing. What's your opinion about DisDB? Well, DisDB does feel good, but it doesn't always feel good. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, except for this is like the and writing section. Like, what does writing take, right? What does writing take? And I'm very curious. Right? I guess the test 3 doesn't exist in this writing one, right? Because when you're writing, it doesn't go to the replica, right? It actually just passes all the way through to the main one. I'm very curious, what does it take, right? What is the difference? Well, how long does it actually take for you to write in a value and be able to receive that value on the other side? You know what I mean? I was bamboozled. Google Sheets is one of the best. Yeah, I've heard about this Google Sheets DB. What's the solution you have for front-end developers who are using JS and TS? What language do you recommend to them? Start with Go. Opinion on Excel, using Excel as your spreadsheet. You know, that one really popular Levels.io, right? They did that. Are you talking about Read My Rights? Yes, I am. You inadvertently ended up making a tier list of tests of DBs. We're trying to play around with this. You know what I mean? Whoopsies. That's not writing. Writing. This would be test 4, right? And this would be test 5. So this is kind of like my general idea, right? And this one can't be reading rainbows. This one has to be writing wrongs, okay? It's Spreadsheets. I've heard about these Spreadsheets. Spreadsheets DB, I've heard about it. Use Google Sheets as their backend for like 100 monthly active users, yeah. They actually used it much longer than that, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know how to measure the actual size of a large column in a DictDB? Nobody knows how to measure the column size, a large column size, or even a small column size. Query optimization the same across all these 3 services? I don't know. So Grizzly, I'd like to understand the replication lag. The hard part is how, I guess that's kind of like an open question. Replication lag. How to measure, right? How do you measure replication lag? That I don't know. Measuring dicks is a lifetime task. Yeah, replication, right? Have you seen a DB from John Who's PhD? No, I haven't. Right, and then read from different locations. That's what I'm going to try. You just copy it. Oh, really, Warren? Is that's all you do? Google uses Google Sheets for 100 million monthly active users. This is true. So anyways, this is my general idea. By the way, I decided to do it in the color scheme of Game Boy or of Nintendo Virtual Boy. Does anyone remember Virtual Boy? Anyone enjoying the Virtual Boy feel we have going on right here? Yeah, that's what we are going for. It's a good feel. Yeah, the tennis was actually good. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Yeah, make me vomit. Fonaby? Wait, what? What are you building, by the way? I literally have everything I'm building right here, all present. And someone's like, yeah, but what are you going to do with all that? What are you going to do with, what are you going to do with all them? I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember Virtual Boy. I do. I wish I played more Virtual Boy. You know what I mean? Looks like strawberry. Yeah, Virtual Boy. What the hell do you think Virtual Boy is? I still remember the headaches. I never got to play with it because I was broke growing up. I only had a friend let me play with it twice. I got to play 2 rounds of Virtual Boy in my life. And unlike you rich kids who got to play all the games you wanted, I got to just yearn for a lifetime wishing I got to have headaches. Okay? I had the Virtual Boy at Blockbuster store. They had one at the Blockbuster? Only played Sonic and Advance Wars. Really? Blockbuster used to rent Virtual Boys? How did I not know that? I only had a Hastings. Damn. I did have a Game Boy Color. Damn. I lived the childhood of yearning too, yeah. Anyway, so this is kind of my general idea. What do y'all think of this? How do you feel like this as a stream project? Press 1 in the chat if you like the idea. Press 2 in the chat if you don't like the idea. We have a couple 2s in there. We have a couple 2s.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
I love you too, baby. Thank you. Demon Climax. Appreciate you, Demon Climax. A lot of ones. Here, let's do a little poll. It's settled then. Do a poll. What do you think? Let's see. Do the DBs. Don't do the DBs. I'm not really sure. The problem is that obviously one thing I'm not going to be able to do very well is I'm more curious about like large data selection as well. I haven't really thought about that, right? Like if you had a table of 100,000, a million, a million rows in a table, how does that work out? Yeah, exactly. Different regions seem like network perf measurement. It is a network perf measurement, but I'm curious, right? I might take out some of the different region parts, right? Like, so I might just take out, whoopsie daisies. I might take out test number 2. Fudge. Dude, I cannot seem to grab test number 2. I might take out test number 2 and just doing reading versus reading from a replica, right? How does that, hey, Brent Holder, thank you very much.
I love you.
Let's see, how DB's queries are so fast with complex table. Does it do binary search? I don't know I don't know what algorithms they use, but there's obviously indexing, right? So my guess is that there's some smarty pants way they're doing tables with file, blah, 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 blah. I don't quite understand the end goal of the project. The end goal of the project is to measure these 3 databases: PlanetScale, Neon, and Terso. Now, I may go and ask Vercel, do you want to sponsor being the host of the said services? We'll see. They could. They may want to sponsor the hosting, and I don't care because it's all. I mean, for me, it's this isn't necessarily the interesting part, right? The interesting part is these ones right here, right? How are you going to benchmark replication? That's what I kind of got to figure out. You know what I mean? That's what we kind of got to figure out is how long does it take to write in a value and see the value back out? Are the DBs the ones Vercel's using under the hood? Yes, so this one would be the one Vercel's using underneath the hood, is this Neon one. Have you ever tried dynamic programming problems? Yeah, I have. You could solve the coin change problem. You may have heard of it. The benchmark is that it works at all. Yep, that's the benchmarks. Let's see, are you going to perf that on the free tiers only? So I can't do it on free tiers only because it's unfair in some sense, because Terso is the only one that offers database replication on free tiers. You know what I mean? So if I were to do this on free tier only, I guess I could consider free tier versus non-free tier. What are the differences? Like, what would you get on free tier versus non-free tier? I don't want to add Supabase. Good guy, Terso. Yeah, hashtag ad. Well, that's why I'm trying not to do that. So that's actually why I'm not doing that. I don't want to intentionally put the thing that I am sponsored by in a good light, right? I don't want to fake, right? I don't want a fake measurement. I want a real measurement, right? I want a real measurement doing real things. Let's see. High volume single row writes on large blocking aggregate reads. How do you test replication in its worst case? Yeah, well, that's what we got to figure out, right? Replication. You could set up replication group, then insert on one node and repeatedly request from node 2 until you see it inserted. That was the most basic idea I had in my head, right? How do you deal with creating side projects when under a non-compete? Usually a non-compete has like some sort of level in which they have. Would Vercel as a sponsor be bad because then Neon is what their new Postgres stuff uses? That's fine with me, right? Because the proof is not in that. The proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the perf test. So it doesn't matter if they use Neon. If Neon is 60 milliseconds worse in lag than, say, PlanetScale or Terso, then does it really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. And so that's why I'm less concerned, because ultimately your request leaves Vercel. And once you leave Vercel, it's completely up to the internet / the database provider to provide the fastest response back. Thank you, tryptamine. I'm not going to put on Cockroach, just because it's not like the big 3 that I know of, right? How do you mitigate the differences in DB services? That's we're not trying to mitigate the difference. That is part of the choice.
I love you.
Right? That is part of what you're getting. It is a black box in which you're making, you know what I mean? A select current timestamp, max replicated timestamp from some replicated table, and diff the timestamps. Yeah, interesting. I do want to feed the databases. Yes, absolutely. I've been missing your stream since you stopped mirroring streaming to YouTube. I do upload my streams to the second channel pretty regularly. ¿Por qué, Maria? ¿Por qué, Maria? People, focus. We're all going to measure the DP, aka dick to balls. Yeah, this is a dick to ball measurement. This is one of the biggest competitors to PlanetScale. This is one of the biggest competitors to PlanetScale. Yeah, so this would be a big competitor to PlanetScale because right now on the market, from all available data, Terso kicks these two's asses as far as speed goes and price goes and performance goes. So I want to validate that, right? I want to know. Flipkart Tech. I whisper me this. I'll never remember this kind of stuff. I mean, I guess I can throw this in my little. I can throw this in here. Right? Add Airtable. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I just want to kind of play around with it for a moment because we can fill up a database pretty quick. But that's just a hosting service, right? I'm looking for the database, right? That's a little different. That'll always be a little different. Sorry about the ignorance. Vercel allows you to look at access logs. Time from incoming request up to response. Some databases have replication status. Okay, that's good to know. For me, but I assume you don't really get that information with either of these. Do you know what I mean? Like, I assume you wouldn't get like that because the database is a black box service. You know what I mean? It's a black box service, so it is a little bit different. But Primegen, for me, not using enums in DB turns me off from using SQLite, so I didn't try Terso. Okay. I mean, that's part of the thing. It says instant data branching. Ooh, that sounds crazy. Yeah. Yep. You can scale that. Yes. They have what they scale libsqueal. Yeah. The question is, why would you use a SQLite for production services? Because you need the what they offer in SQLite is enough for you to be able to use that, and it scales super cheap and super fast. So, is reading is costly only in Cassandra or all databases? Reading can be costly in different databases, right? Or any of these consensus databases, it's going to be more costly. Would you use Rust for this? I probably won't be able to use Rust for this because I don't think PlanetScale or Neon have Rust clients. I think all they have are JavaScript clients. And the second thing I don't want to do is with both Cloudflare and Vercel, both of their clients, I'd have to check just to make sure, but both of their clients, if I was to make this a serverless application, they both run in a V8 environment. So you'd actually have all these layers that you're passing through, and I want to avoid that. And so if I'm writing my own offline, so if I'm doing everything on Linode and just tossing myself into various regions on Linode, then I would do that, right? I'm just a little bit worried about what it might be right here. You know what I mean? So I don't want to add unnecessary abstraction for no reason. Vercel and Cloudflare are like onions. They're like onions. As you cut it open, you cry. Terso does have a paid tier. It's just they have only expressed what it's going to be costing. It hasn't been out yet. Would you as a senior engineer, Netflix engineer, recommend going all in on serverless? No, I don't think you should go all in serverless. I think you should be careful. Can't you put Rust in Cloudflare workers? So you can, but those workers, if I'm not mistaken, they're WASM. I'm not sure if they're actual. I thought they are WASM and they're not actually just Rust running. I don't remember. No, you can't create. I don't believe you can create a linter for that. It is WASM as far as I thought it was WASM, and if that's the case, it's just different, right? WASM is just running on a different architecture. It's WASM, but remember, if it has async await, then it's not WASM time. It's actually V8, right? It's V8, so it's a little different. All right. Yeah, does that make sense? Anyways, that's what I kind of want to do. That's kind of like my thought process right now. We need more WASM in our WASM to be good. This is true. We do. Right now, I must code in Java Spring for my exams. Wish me luck. Okay, didn't hear that Amazon Prime saved 80% by going back to on-prem. We did read that. Terso using LightFS, or is it based on something entirely different? I don't know the technicalities of it underneath the hood. Only bad thoughts. Terso isn't LightSF. FS. Francisco San. Francisco. San. Oh, WASM kind of dead? The development on WASM has stooped. I don't think it's dead. I just don't think it's progressing nearly as fast. All right. I actually do want to read this. Let's read this. I'm not feeling... Here's the deal. I'm going to be real with you. I want to do this DB test, but I'm not sure if I want to do it on stream. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I am really, really, really angsty to write more Zig. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I'm very angsty to write a lot of Zig. And I get limited time to stream, you know what I mean? And so if I want to get this out and I really want to do a good job on it, I could do it, 4 times faster than having you dingleberries in chat talking to my head. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing that out there. Dark Vader, how are you? I'm doing well, Dark Vader. Thank you very much. I mean, true. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a D, but I'm trying to be a D. You know what I mean? Understandable. Zig us up, baby. Just a thought. Just a thought. I want to pay for Terso. Take my money. Not sure what happens if I'm out of the free tier.
Welcome to Costco.
Have a great system. Why you always say Maria? Because I don't say Maria. Okay, I say por qué Maria. It's a big difference. Okay, because there's Maria, and I'm asking why. I'm asking por qué Maria. Get this guy out of here. Doesn't even know Raul. I don't. Raul is not mine. Okay, I can't be yelling out Raul. On the other hand, I do have por qué Maria. Por qué Maria. Primegen, shall we get to see more performant engines than V8? I've been also wanting to do something here as well. Por qué Maria?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Bun has been making a lot of claims lately. Bun has been making a lot of claims. I've been wanting to play around with Bun. You know what I mean? Bun is claiming that they're a gajillion times faster than Node. I'm a big fan of toasted buns. Hey, you know what they say? Sun's out, buns out. You know what I mean? Let's put this bun in the oven. All right, I'm itching to code. Bye, chat. Hey, take care. Right, there's a lot of fun ones. Micro benchmarks. In micro benchmarks are real-world applications. Real-world applications, maybe. That's what I want to go find out, right? Because right now I don't know. I want to know. I don't know, but I want to know. What's NIM? NIM is another programming language. I saw NIM isn't so performant because it uses GC. I thought it was like selective GC. Hey, thank you. 55 hours. That's how I read your name. 55 hours. JavaScript core is better than V8. I don't know if that's true. Go bunnin'. Butter my biscuits and play with them buns. Yet another programming language. Yet another programming language. I know. So that's kind of so this is where I'm stuck at, right? Why learn another programming language when the only programming language is going to be English in 2025? No. They have deterministic compile times GC now. Interesting. Strager was shilling Bun on his stream. Okay, I don't know. I only know a little bit. I got torched by PNPM, NPM slow, back to Yarn again for life this time. Yeah. I don't know. I always get stuck on these tools. Low-level lengths coming faster than JS frameworks. Low-level, the only thing that's made... There's only... Yeah. I couldn't even finish the sentence. You slapped it right out of my mouth. By the way, I wonder if I got a good message yet. Everyone has a JavaScript framework hole in their heart. No one really liked that tweet. I thought it was a good tweet. I thought it was a great tweet. No one really liked that one, and that's okay. That's too bad. Okay. It's going to be either English or Mandarin. No, it's not. Sad, I know. Someone improved my code. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to do that one. I mean, we could do that one. But it's like 30 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. Preach that React gospel. If I'm not mistaken, this thing is like literally 30 minutes long. Yeah, it's 30 minutes long. I ain't got time for 30 minutes, okay? Ain't nobody got time for 30 minutes. Finally, someone made some good reaction content by viewer. Okay, let's see what he has to say. Let's just see what he has to say. Damn it. I have been had by this video so many times. You know how many times I have been had by this? Oh, nice, Pixel. I've been Krazam rolled so many times. I get Krazam rolled regularly, okay? I get it so often, I don't even know what to do with it. Posted by you, deleted? Who posted this? So some person posted 2 videos and then got deleted? How does that even work? You deleted? You deleted? All right, so I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really have the motivation today to do anything. I don't really know what to do yet. Sorry, I'm feeling out of place right now, okay? Okay, I'm feeling out of place. Do an AOC and Zig. I could do an AOC and Zig. I could do an AOC and Zig. I could do one. I could do one AOC and Zig. I could do an AOC. I do want to do that. I do. All right, here we go. 2. All right, so we already have this thing done. What is 2? Advent of code. To be fair, I should totally be working. Finally caught this live. How's everyone doing today? We're doing good. All right. All right, so let's look at this. AOC, Costco. Advent of code, and Zig. All right. All right, we're doing this big rock, paper, scissors campaign, for example. Yep, we've already remember all this. Okay, so in the first round, your opponent will choose A for rock, and you should choose Y, paper for Y. I believe I solved this in Bash. This ends in a win of score of 8. Okay, in the second round, your opponent will choose B paper. You will choose X rocks. This ends in a loss with a score of 1. In the third round is a draw, giving you a 3 + 3, a 6. In this example, if you were to use the following strategy guide, you would get 15. Okay. So I already have all this, so I have to figure out all these things. Okay, the shape you select, 1 for rock, 2 for that, 3 for paper. Okay, and then plus the score of the outcome round. Okay, so we gotta kind of, we gotta come up with like a basic little test here to do this really quickly. Orinoch, thank you very much. Banshay and Raphael Zasa, thank you very much for the tier 1 for the Twitch Prime and the Twitch Prime. All right, here's the deal. Here's what I'm gonna do. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for what I'm gonna do here? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to twitch.tv. I know. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to do it. This. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Dipped in poison. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not there today. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do today, okay? I'm feeling a little lost right now, all right? I'm feeling lost, okay? I don't even know who any of these people are. I'm feeling lost. I know. I just feel like working. Honestly, I just want to work on stuff. Have you ever been in a position? The problem is I want to start a project, but I always feel like I just don't have enough time. And I hate starting projects when I don't feel like I have the time to really like get into it enough. You know, and that's how I'm feeling right now. All right, we're going to just follow this guy. I want to be able to get in. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to get deep in. And right now, I just don't feel like I have that right now. So I got to kind of, take a moment and figure out what we're going to be doing. No, I am okay. Not ADHD paralysis. It's that running a stream, creating content, and all of that makes it really hard to have, focused side projects. And I love good side projects. I'm a side project man. You know what I mean? And so it makes it really hard. So I've just been kind of like struggling lately, trying to figure out what to do. You know what I mean? Whelmed, yeah. The problem is work has been really tough lately. Death to React streams, yeah. If I was a 10x software engineer, what is one skill that would stand out? You'd know a lot of stuff. You could type fast. Got him. You know what I mean? Goodbye, father. Goodbye, son. You can talk about it. Well, listen, I know. See you on the other side. I'm going to think about it for a little bit, okay? I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think about some things. You would work at Netflix. I do work at Netflix, yeah. So that's 10x. Stop the music, hide the chat, and focus on small side projects. Bramjan. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to think about something. I'm going to think about it. Yeah, I might do a no talking code stream. That could happen. I don't know. I'm going to think about some things, okay? I'm going to